Hi, this is my February 19th video update. I'm Bill Booz. Today I want to talk a little bit about something I mentioned in my last update, which has to do with recording trips that one takes using video. I've always taken lots of pictures when I've gone on trips. I quite often create, by myself or with someone I travel with, I create books to document the trip and what happened during the trip. But we're taking a trip with our middle granddaughter soon, and I want to record video. And I plan to use the iPhone most of the time for doing these videos, but I also will use the EM1 when that seems to be more appropriate than using the iPhone. And I'll usually try to use an external mic if I can. The problem that I'm anticipating, though, is building up an awful lot of footage, and therefore video files on my iPhone and my iPad, because I intend to do all the editing on my iPad Mini, my iPad Mini 3. And if I take videos on my EM1, I'll have those on a SD card, and I'll want to transfer those to the iPad. So I've been looking at, in fact, just ordered to see how it works, a device called the Omar's 32 gigabyte mobile flash drive. And it's a USB drive with a lightning connection, so you can plug it into the iPhone or into the iPad, with the newer ones that have the smaller lightning connection. And it has 32 gigabytes of onboard space, so I can offload the videos from my iPhone onto it and then load them onto my iPad. I could do this through AirDrop, and that works fairly quickly. And I can also transfer files from my EM1 using its built-in Wi-Fi to my iPhone or my iPad. But transferring files, my experience has been, or video files, is a bit slow. So I'd like to have an alternative. And this Omar flash drive appears to be a decent one. And at the other side of the drive, there's a USB port, so you can, or not port, but a USB plug. So you can plug it into, I can plug it into the computer when I get home, or I can plug it into my Western Digital Wi-Fi drive. I have a 1 terabyte Western Digital drive that I love, and I put pictures on it via Wi-Fi all the time from my iPhone or from my iPad. It has a USB port, so I can plug in this Omar flash drive and presumably transfer files from it onto the 1 terabyte if I need to free up space. Now you may think this is crazy. I got a 32 gigabyte device I'm going to add to the mix. I've got a 60 gigabyte or 64 gigabyte iPhone, and I've got a 128 gigabyte mini. So you'd think that I have enough space, and I may. But I just want to be prepared in case I run out of space or need more space. So I try to keep my iPhone clean. At this point I have 22 gigabytes remaining because of the files that I have on it and the apps that I have on it. And my iPhone, or my iPad has 60 gigabytes left. So I've got a fair amount of space. And I also purchased recently the Apple SD card connector, so I can plug that with a lightning connector into my iPhone or iPad, and I can transfer files from an SD card onto the iPhone or the iPad, which is the way I'll transfer video files from the EM1 to the iPad if I want to, if I have some clips that I want to use on something I want to edit while I'm on the road. And so this all comes back to the fact that I have wireless, but it's just really a little bit too slow for transferring video files. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, and I'll have a little update on this once I get that device and have tried it out. And also something else I want to try to do in these video updates is refer you to people that I've found as I'm trying to find ideas for how to do the things that I'm thinking about doing, in this case travel photography and putting together videos. And I stumbled onto a young lady called Brooke Saward, who's an Australian, lives in Sydney, but seems to travel an awful lot. And so I suggest you check her out. I'll have a link in the notes below, in the description below. But her last name is Saward, S-A-W-A-R-D, and Brooke with an E. And of course, Thomas, Alex, Norman, I've mentioned before. And then two young guys who are brothers, and they call themselves the Vaga Brothers, V-A-G-A Brothers. Look them up. They've been online for a while and have amassed a fair amount of video on trips they've taken, how they pack, how they do their video when they're on the road, but more importantly about the countries that they're visiting. So I recommend you take a look at them too, because they're very good. Okay, well that'll do it for this update, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.